Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sovereign Frontier podcast, where we explore the intersection of decentralized technology and the real impact that it's making in this world. Joining me today is the co-founder and CEO of Aya, a company that has dedicated themselves to making great impacts and figuring out how Web3 can basically change the landscape of Africa. Eric, welcome to the Sovereign Frontier podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm happy that we are finally able to connect and have this specific conversation. It's been a long time coming and a lot of scheduling conflicts, but finally we are here. So let me just start by requiring you to introduce yourself real quick. So who is Eric Annan?
Thank you so much, Sovereign Frontier and the man behind it, Think Decade, for having me and the opportunity to share my story and the story of what we're trying to do.
Okay.
My name is Eric Annan.
Okay.
I'm Ghanaian by blood. I largely consider myself as an African by identity.
Okay.
That is what I am. I'm very curious and believe that we can use technology for the good of humanity.
Okay.
We can also use technology to connect people
Okay.
that think alike, reason alike, and are willing to do something that would not just contribute value to the world, but also enable them to have economic, I would say, not freedom,
Okay.
but economic certainty,
Okay.
and be able to live the life that humans deserve to have.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's very interesting. One of the things that we do on this podcast is that we always like to ask people, especially builders, about how they got into their space. Usually what we found out is that when it comes to how we all get into the Web3 space, especially when it comes to Africa, usually it's through a necessity, right? And so I'm curious, how did you land in the Web3 space?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a tricky one. Indeed, I agree with you.
Okay.
Mine was also a necessity.
Okay.
So there's a backstory.
Okay.
In 2015, I had my first case.
2015.
2015.
Okay.
Exactly 2nd June, I had my first kid. I became a father to an innocent twins. And at the time, I was going through some major challenges.
Okay.
I had to resign from my pay job.
Okay.
I worked with Huawei Technologies
Wow.
in Ghana, and I think it was something that came, and I'm grateful for the learning I got in Huawei, but my own curiosity and adventure
Okay.
and made me to kind of resign from Huawei at early career moments. I just spent about 3.5 years Huawei, and I resigned.
Okay.
And I needed to hustle. I needed to find a legitimate means because my father gave me an asset that I think is priceless.
Okay.
I'm not from a privileged home, and I'm proud that I'm not from a privileged home, because that has enabled me to define what really matters in my life.
Okay.
And what my father gave me was telling me 3 things that has defined who I am today.
Okay.
Don't steal, don't lie, and don't be jealous.
Wow.
And these 3 key things today, as I reflect, I realize that, if my father was wealthy, rich man, and maybe gave me houses, gave me all the wealth in the world, the house, it would have meant anything to me.
Yeah.
But looking back at 11-year-old, and getting that advice from my father, who was an average poor man, so to speak, he's not a privileged man, said, don't steal, don't lie,
Don't be jealous.
and don't be jealous.
Wow.
I'm so proud, and it has defined who I am today.
Interesting.
And that enabled me to constantly seek for how can I do better, how can I continue to work and create value, and not just be a beggar and be a pest on people's lives. So So I got my children,
Okay.
it became a necessity.
Yeah.
So I
You have to do something.
Yeah, do something. You have to man up. That's Africa, right? So my friend that I was in the university with,
Okay.
I also, got myself involved with student politics. So he
Okay.
said, Eric, we got a business. He said, let's go to Nigeria. Okay, okay, then we did.
Oh, okay.
That was an adventure.
What was your friend a Nigerian?
No, he was a Ghanaian.
He was a Ghanaian.
But his father used to work with the Ghanaian embassy
Okay.
as a defense attaché.
Okay.
His father was a military man.
Okay.
So his father was a defense attaché in the Abuja
Oh.
Ghanaian High Commission at
Oh,
Abuja.
okay,
So
okay.
he used to kind of frequent. So
Yeah,
understood the Nigerian context very
Okay,
well.
okay.
And an amazing, fine gentleman. Jeremiah, whatever you are, I'm grateful. So we went to Nigeria on the 4th of July. So a month after my children were born.
Wow.
And that was not a comfortable situation.
Yeah. I mean, like that was like a very quick question that I just want to ask. Like, 1 month just giving birth, becoming a father for the first time in your life, and you have to leave your children and travel outside the country. Like, I wonder how that might have felt.
Yeah, it was a difficult decision.
Yeah.
So it was a difficult decision. But if you are born to always think about survival, how to survive, how to, hustle, then it becomes something that you are comfortable with. That was going to be the first time I would travel
Outside.
officially
Okay.
to Nigeria or outside my country, beyond Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire, my father used to work in Cote d'Ivoire.
Okay.
So I visited Cote d'Ivoire a few moments, and I also lived there a while, my childhood stage.
Yeah, okay.
That was a difficult decision. Twins, a boy and a girl.
Wow.
A month after, you leave them. So my interface with crypto or blockchain was a necessity.
Okay.
We got to Nigeria with the business. Thank God to some amazing Nigerians that we had. Through Jeremiah, we met an amazing people.
Okay.
Franca Adeze, Mrs. Kifasi, former wife of the family, head of service.
Okay.
The business was about to take off.
Okay.
And then the Nigerian Central Bank in 2015 August, a month into our business, issued a statement that you couldn't deposit dollar and you couldn't withdraw dollar, and that would just cripple the business.
Oh, but what kind of business was it?
Oh, great question. So because I work in Huawei,
Okay.
somebody introduced me to another telecom company
Okay.
that was introducing voice over internet protocol solution.
Okay.
We call it VoIP.
Okay.
Back in, it was early in 2011, 2012. It was very popular in Ghana. It was a network marketing company.
Okay.
So you introduce it to other people and you make commission.
Oh, okay.
And so it was expensive for people to do it. Ghana, Ghana, our economy, people are not. People are always crying, "Charlie, I don't have money." So Jerry said, "You know what, Ghana people are.
So let's
go to Nigeria. Nigerians are very fast-paced. They don't ask so much question. Once it's good, they will jump in. And it was so true. The way Nigerians are supportive, the way Nigerians open up to you, you hardly find it in our country.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons why today we are built Aya in Ghana.
Okay.
I want to change that perception. I want to change that stereotype. I want to change that old mentality that we have in our country. I think that is very stagnant, that is not enabling us to live our potential.
Okay.
So yes, that was the business. It was called World Global Network.
Okay.
And by that decision, the business collapsed.
Okay.
And we're stranded again.
Okay.
Then you are stranded. And so I decided I would not leave Nigeria because I saw something I didn't find in Ghana.
Okay.
The way people were opening to you
Yeah.
and willing to support. I said, oh, you don't see that natural in Ghana. Even though we are nice people, but we don't open up to people easily.
I guess like Ghanaians are very reserved.
Yes.
And Nigerians are very driven.
Very driven and open.
Yeah.
And they don't ask you why you're from. Once it will make them money.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me more. Tell me more. Yeah. So we're stranded 6 months into our stay. So I was hustling every morning. I would just move out.
Okay.
Charlie, you're hungry.
Yeah. And that's not your country too.
That's your country. You need to survive. You're paying hotel bills. So I met a guy. I gave my card, and he called me. 2017, early 2017.
Okay.
I stayed in Nigeria for 6 months. No hustling, survivor. How to eat was difficult, but I said I will not come to Ghana until I found my breakthrough. So this gentleman called me. Hey Eric, are you still in Abuja? I said yes. He said, can I see you? I said, why not? So again, why not?
Yeah.
Not what if.
Yeah.
So I met the guy, and he introduced me to blockchain, crypto. That particular crypto in 2016 was a scam, but I didn't know.
What?
Yes. I'll mention the name.
Okay.
It was called OneCoin.
OneCoin.
OneCoin became so popular in Africa, Nigeria, Uganda, Kenya, and some other part of the world, especially in some part of Asia.
Okay.
They did the biggest event in London.
Wow.
Imagine in London. So OneCoin was a major thing that most of us got into. But because you didn't have any information, you didn't know anything, it came as a life-changing opportunity.
Yeah.
It was a network marketing thing. I got into it. I introduced my friends, and we all started. Within the 3 months, we had built over 3,000 community. Within 3 months, my community, my team was over 3,000. I was traveling across Nigeria.
Wow.
I traveled to over 10 states.
Wow.
Teaching people, educating people about OneCoin. We built a massive team.
Wow.
We made some money, but after 4 months, I realized this thing.
There's something.
It's not
wrong.
it's not really. So I started reading deeply about crypto.
Crypto, okay.
And I found a book written by Thomas McMurrin.
Okay.
The title of the book is The Rise and Fall of Digital Currency.
Oh, okay.
The 7 Disruption.
Okay.
And that book would open my mind to see beyond OneCoin.
Oh, okay.
That I said, oh, goodness, there's a future here. So I started doing more.
Okay.
Fast forward, my knowledge about crypto started increasing and growing.
Okay.
And so I built the first OTC platform in Nigeria called Digital Kudi.
Oh, okay.
It was one of the first, even before
today.
We have influx of all these things. And these are stories that I don't normally share because I really don't like blowing my own trumpet.
Yeah, but it's something that happened.
Yes. So I will say on record that Digital Kudi was one of the first OTC platform in Nigeria.
Okay.
At the time, there were 2 in Ibadan. One of them was called Naira X. And the other one, I forgot on the name, but I can remember Naira X.
Okay.
And also, Luno had just entered Nigerian market. Luno. It used to be called, they used to have a name, I forgot the name, but before it became Luno, there was a name it used to. BitX. Something X.
Okay.
Before they changed the name to Luno. So I was one of those who started OTC, over-the-counter trade in Nigeria and Ghana called Digital Kudi. So if you check my name,
on Telegram.
Yes. So my ENS name is kudiboss.it. So Digital Kudi was my first startup that I started in Nigeria. It was really, really successful. Matter of fact, I bought one of my Bitcoin from Chris Morris. Who is Chris Morris? Chris Morris is the founder of Yellow Card.
Interesting.
Even before he got into the Nigerian market, I bought my first Bitcoin from Chris Morris. So some of us have been around for a while. We've seen a lot of, all the noise. Now we're able to kind of filter the noise from the value. There are a lot of, excuse my French, bullshit going around, but a lot of people don't get it because they feel like they need to scheme to be relevant. We have cut through all the noise now, and we want to focus on the things that really, really matter. So that has been my trajectory with crypto. I'll add that yes, a lot of people, including me, got into crypto as a result of necessity.
Necessity, yes. Like you needed to survive, and the opportunity was presented, and then you got in. That's very interesting, and that's quite an inspiring journey. My next question is that where did Aya came in?
So I am many parts. The interesting part is that we keep on evolving. And if there's one thing I've learned in the last 8 years being on this journey is the power of evolving every day and feeling forward. So I told you about Digital Kudi.
Yes.
I'll tell you something. It was successful. I made a lot of money through Digital Kudi because I built a strong network that people trusted me. See, Africa, one of the biggest problems we have is trust. People are always looking for short-term means to the end. They don't think about the long term. So I'm dealing with you. The next time I want to play smart on you. For me, the 3 things that my father gave me as legacy: don't steal, don't lie, don't be jealous. Has guided me. I don't know anyone in my life that I've dealt with that will say I have schemed or taken what that, so I've never stolen. I don't steal.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm going to steal
Yeah.
until I die.
Yeah.
That's my personal
Philosophy.
boundaries.
Okay.
So anything that will make me, I'll leave that
Yeah,
conversation.
you wouldn't cross that.
Yes,
boundary.
even though yes, I want to have more. I want to have wealth, but I don't want to do it at the expense of somebody's blood.
Yeah.
So I now found that we can actually do more.
Okay.
So I had a vacation in Seychelles in 2017,
Okay.
December.
Okay.
Then I found a research that was done by Cambridge
Okay.
about cryptocurrency and blockchain.
Mm.
And I realized, there are more to this.
Mhm.
I saw a lot of exchanges.
Okay.
At the time, there was
Yeah.
I forgot the name.
It's always tricky to mention
Yes.
that.
Polyness
The
or
name of
something.
that exchange.
Bitrace.
Yeah.
Before even Binance
Okay.
came. And there were a lot of exchanges in Asia, Europe, North America, South America. Then Africa was just about 4%. And that 4%, you didn't know who owns them or say foreigners.
Yeah.
I mean, if I say foreigners,
Yeah, yeah,
people
yeah.
that, I'm
Yeah.
very global aligned.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong for foreigners to own a
Yeah.
thing. But I think that it's important for us also to be creators,
Yeah.
to be enablers.
Yeah.
And so that got me thinking. Then I realized that these guys are doing it as a collective. These guys are doing it as community.
Mhm.
We are in Africa, we are doing everything silo. It's me. So quickly, I started engaging people.
Okay.
So just also add,
Mhm.
December 2017,
Okay.
interestingly, my Ethereum was hacked. I had over 60.
Your wallet was hacked.
Was hacked.
What?
I had over 60 Ethereum stored in my Ether wallet. I woke up one morning in December, somewhere around 18 December, and everything was gone. So whilst I was crying and engaging, a guy that I was doing the same program with at the University of Nicosia,
You were also in school by then?
online.
Okay.
There was a university in Malta, I think Malta or Cyprus,
Okay.
called University of Nicosia, running blockchain courses.
Okay.
So I took that course. So we were on a WhatsApp community. So I put who is the technical person here? Me, I'm not technical.
Yeah.
I don't write code, but I'm into this thing. I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm not a developer.
Okay.
I've been hacked. Can anybody help me?
okay.
So one guy DM me from Angola, Alex. Alex will eventually become my co-founder in one of the first fintech startup in Africa called Cubitex. So I co-founded Cubitex. So Cubitex was a trade name. 3 people come together. So I brought Alex. I brought another gentleman that I introduced to crypto.
Wow.
Another gentleman who used to work with Dell that I introduced to crypto.
Okay.
I'm not going to mention his name.
Okay.
He became a friend. I volunteered, sacrificed a lot for that gentleman. His crypto journey, I financed his crypto journey.
Okay.
I remember I introduced to one platform that also became default,
Okay.
TCC. I paid his entry to it, 0.3 Bitcoin. I gave it to him. He said he will pay, he never paid. Anyway, that's just and then another gentleman that also took my money.
Yeah, there's a lot of
we have
value
seen
extraction
a lot in the system.
Yeah.
So this gentleman invited to join me on the journey, and we co-founded Cubitex.
Okay.
So Cubitex is my previous company name,
Okay.
Digital Kudi. So we took the coup.
Oh.
The
okay.
bit
Okay.
is Alex, who was from Angola. His company also was running an OTC in Angola called AngloBit.
Okay.
So Qubit.
Cool bit then.
Then what's the X? The X was the third co-founder who happened to be called Victor.
Okay.
He didn't have any company.
Okay.
He was, purely a career guy,
Okay.
a corporate guy. He just worked. He doesn't have any company. So, let's add X to represent Victor. So we had Qubit X.
Okay.
It didn't actually have any meaning. It was just an acronym. So Qubitex became the first Pan-African movement
Okay.
that for me, it's about long-term vision.
Yeah.
It's how do we build a system, not a pipeline, that will enable us have a voice, have a stake, and be able to create economic incentive. So Cubitex it was an exchange, but for us it was more than exchange.
Okay.
We're looking into a future where we can actually tokenize our own local currencies
Okay.
and have our own stable coins,
Okay.
which we built.
Okay.
We actually created the first Ghanaian stable coin called GHX and Naira NGX.
And what year was this?
2018, 2019, 2020, and the Cubitex failed in 2020.
That's really interesting.
Yes, so Cubitex was founded in 2018.
Okay.
We became successful. We had team across 17 African countries. I mean, most of our team from Kenya, Uganda, Zimbabwe, Botswana, South Africa, Ghana. Of course, I was the only Ghanaian.
Co-founder.
The lead co-founder.
Yeah.
I mean, Victor from Nigeria, Alex from Angola. So we're a Pan-African mission. We have an American as a part of our team. I mean, an Australian part of our team. So it was a purely Pan-African but a global company from the start.
Yeah.
We built one of the the fastest exchange in the world, even faster than Binance.
Wow.
I'm telling you today. Not only that, we're the first crypto company in Africa or in the world to actually partner with a payment service provider, InterSwitch. The biggest, I mean, so far the oldest and the biggest payment company in Africa, InterSwitch.
Wow.
It's not end there. We went further to co-create, co-think, collaborate, co-ideate a payment infrastructure for Africa that was going to be built with Kubitex as a consortium with InterSwitch.
Wow.
Fast forward, it failed. The boardroom wrangling, but behind the scene, I mean, it is for another day. So that has been my trajectory.
Okay.
So when Kubitex failed, and it couldn't scale, number one, money factor, I mean, we couldn't raise the funding. I financed Kubitex with all my savings.
Wow.
Cumulatively over $1 million into this value. Because I sold all my crypto savings to finance.
And the success, the financial success you had with Kudi.
Digital Kudi. So I was selling my crypto to finance because I believe that this is the future. So I invested all I had, my time, everything, committed, everything. But you know what? When it failed, I had two decisions to make. To fail backward or to fail forward. And I chose to fail forward. It was a difficult one, but I left the company, relinquished all my equity back to my co-founders and the team. That, you know what, I'm done. It's enough.
I'm out.
Because one of my core life principles was challenged. That is, don't lie, don't steal, don't be jealous. Yeah. So I can't deal. I resigned. I gave all my equity back to them, to my team. This is the first time I actually shared this story. You know why I'm sharing it today?
No.
I'm laughing at it because I've made peace with being uncomfortable in my uncomfortable situations.
Okay. Yeah.
I've made peace with what's the worst that can happen.
Okay.
The worst that can happen is that I become homeless.
Yeah.
That's the worst. But what's the best that can happen?
Okay.
You keep on trying and showing up.
Yes.
So Aya came, and I decided to solve the problem one of the problems that made us fail at Kubitex, which was access to, number one, good people with good hearts, with good intention, and willing to be selfless and to journey together.
Okay. So that was the inspiration coupled with experience.
Because I've experienced it.
Okay.
I've experienced how not to have the right-minded people.
Okay.
So it's not a factor of money.
Yeah.
It's not a factor how much money have I raised.
Yeah.
It's a factor of having the right people with the right mindset, with the right attitude, with the kind hearts, and are selfless to journey together. Okay. That is a missing factor, not only in Africa, but globally.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's in the business world or in the journey of the entrepreneur. I think it's one of the most important factors.
Yes.
People who are willing to go into the trenches with you and go fight it out and then come back up. It's very, very important.
So that led Aya Beth.
So hold on. Give me. I'm trying to understand the timeline, right? So Kubitex fails in 2018.
No, Kubitex was born in 2018.
It was born in 2018.
After almost 4 years.
Okay.
So it actually left
2021.
2021, correct.
Okay.
2021.
Okay.
So Kubitex finally became a failed startup in 2021.
Okay.
I think it was May.
Okay.
So it's exactly 2 years or 3 years now that Kubitex failed. 2021.
Okay.
Then immediately, already Aya had seen a vision in my dream.
Okay.
So Aya, for me, Aya is more than a company.
Okay.
Aya for me is more than another startup. This is something that I saw in a dream.
Okay.
I slept and I saw. So I saw everything with the name.
Okay. So the name Aya came to you in a
It says it was a dream.
Wow.
It was something I have to fight about. I have to overthink.
Yeah.
Because like I told you, it was my previous company and my other co-founder and the X Factor. Aya, for me, was given to me. It's a gift that was given. And when I found the meaning of Aya, I was like, oh, yes.
Wow.
There's a reason. It's a true reflection of my entire being from childhood. And then a true reflection of the Africans, especially the young people we have in Africa who wake up every day, have no access to light, internet, better rules and infrastructure, but yet you don't see us in mental hospitals. You don't see us crying. We are always smiling. We are resilient. So Aya means resourcefulness and endurance.
Okay.
But endurance is not something that you can actually work with as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
You need to have something called resilience.
Okay.
So instead of endurance, to us, Aya means endurance and resilience.
Okay.
And resourcefulness.
Okay.
So Aya actually for us is more than building a company. Aya for us is more than bringing people together. Aya for us is a movement. It's a philosophy. It's a new philosophy. It's a new narrative.
Okay.
And we believe that it's a new system that we want to build that will become a legacy beyond us today.
Okay.
I'll be dead and gone 100 years to come. People will still remember Aya. Because that's why we share our story.
Yeah.
That's what we don't want to say, oh, God did it.
Yes.
Oh, don't worry. This how, no. In Africa, people say, oh, God did it. Yes, there's a God factor. But we have to tell our story.
Yeah.
We have to document these processes.
Okay.
Because we have Botifors.
Yeah.
Do you know the real meaning?
No.
So this hunter saw this thing, and then a white man goes there and says, a bonity. A bo means stone.
Stone, yeah.
Or
rock.
The head of the stone. And this white guy couldn't pronounce a bonity. They said, boti. Today it's boti. You don't know that story.
And that's crazy because a lot of the very monumental things that we have, it's the names are always derived from the fact that maybe the white folks couldn't pronounce it well.
Yes.
And then the name sticks.
Yes. So I have made a decision that I'll tell my story. You don't need to like it. You don't need to like me. I've made peace. But the fact that whether you like me or you don't like me, I've made peace with it. I'm comfortable with you don't liking me. But it will not stop me from sharing my perspective, my story in a manner that do not please. But so long as I'm not offending any rule or law, we have to tell our story. Yes. We have to be comfortable in telling our story. You don't have to have all the success, all the money in the bank to share your story for somebody to use as a map. That's what we lack. If I had any mentor, any map, direction, I would have gone through some of the challenges. So the least we would do for those behind us is to share these stories.
Yes, for them
so they can also watch and listen to, oh goodness, today we all read about Steve Jobs, JP Morgan, we live, Morgan Stanley, all these folks. If they didn't write their story, if they didn't document today, would we be talking about them? How many entrepreneurs in Africa can we go and read about their autobiography, how they did it? There's always a missing gap. Oh, I built, then I have built a bank that's global. It doesn't add up. I want to be able to build in public, speak in public, share in public. Everything's public. After all, we are in the decentralized world, aren't we?
We are in a decentralized world, and we are building in public.
Yeah.
So we have to share in public. So that's really awesome and inspirational. So now let's get into Aya as a company itself, right? So which year was Aya founded? I want to get the year right.
That's a good one. Okay, so Aya was incorporated in 2020, October.
Okay, 2020. Okay.
So officially, we were incorporated in Delaware in October 2020.
Okay.
But we did nothing about it. It was just
when the idea came.
Yes, just incorporate, just put it on paper.
Okay.
But we started working on Aya after finally the previous startup didn't work.
Okay.
So we started working on Aya in 2021. And then started put the thing together. Okay. And my co-founder, the first person I told about was PK.
We'll introduce PK very soon.
We'll call PK.
PK very soon.
And interestingly, PK joined the previous startup. I think he worked with the previous startup for almost a year before it actually failed.
Okay.
So PK was the only guy.
Who
that
came from the previous one?
Because number one, I told you the product I wanted to solve with Aya.
Okay.
People who align with values.
Okay.
Are value aligned.
Yeah.
Have good intentions. Have good hearts.
Okay.
And they are selfless.
Okay.
And they are willing to journey together, not transaction.
Okay.
Because I got to a point where I was so tired now with people coming to you because they are transactional.
Yes.
So
value extract.
Exactly.
Yes.
So if I was not able to solve that problem before we started Aya, then Aya didn't have any reason to be alive or to start. So I need to test that social experiment.
Okay.
That is it true? I can actually find people with good hearts, good intentions, selfless, kind, and are ready to journey together. And that is so. The sources of Aya is not whether or not Aya is going to exit at $1 billion, which we are going to be. Aya is going to exit at $1 billion. It's going to be the record in Africa. Mark it somewhere in
LFG.
But for me, the most success factor for me is be able to test this whole what I call POC.
Okay.
Proof of concept.
Yeah.
In academic world, they call it theory of change.
Okay.
So my theory of change before Aya was that could you ever work with people who are kind, selfless, good hearts, and are ready to journey together, not transactional.
Okay.
And PK has shown that indeed that problem is solvable.
He's proving
it's proven beyond any reasonable doubt. All the doubt I have, PK has given me a new assurance that humans are social.
Okay.
They are, according to my late economists, humans wants are insatiable.
Yeah.
Our wants are never going to be met.
Yeah, satisfied.
Satisfied. However, there's elasticity of demand and elasticity of supply. There's a thin line, and that thin line is what has been proven. That yes, you can actually find people who have these characteristics. You can have. We don't need to have the whole world. You only need 1%, and the world we can improve the kind of toxic environment that we all have today. It's all about transactional.
I like that, man. I like the fact that just to add to your point also is the fact that despite the environment that we also come from, we are able to find these people in the environment, right? And it's not external. It's like it's internal. It's PK is a Nigerian, right?
Yes, it's a Nigerian.
Yeah, and the story is more inspirational when you get to realize that PK is not a Ghanaian.
It's not a Ghanaian.
Yes, a Nigerian. So you get to realize that there's so much going on. There's so much suffering and all of that. But despite all of this, this huge hypothesis that you wanted to prove or find out if it's true, you'll be able to to find it out in Africa. And I think that's very interesting, and that speaks a lot to, again, you said the resilience of the African mind and the drive to do better despite being in a very shitty situation, right? So that's lovely. So let's Aya. What is Aya about? What do you do as a company?
That's an interesting question. I have often been asked this question, and kind of got to a point where I don't want to explain Aya to you with words.
Okay.
Aya shows what Aya is by this, by what we do. Because you see, the animal called the dragonfly. It's a thin line with 4 wings.
Yeah, I know.
But the wings are all connected to each other. So Aya is that thin line. It has wings. And all the wings is connected to each other. So how Aya started, like I told you, you cannot get everything one day. You keep on. You have your big strategic roadmap board that you see. You kind of play chess with it. The first TOC for me was to test whether or not can you work with people who journey, not transactional. That has been proven. Then the next one, how do you scale it? I've solved it now. I've solved it for myself. How do we now scale it? Because many other founders also have the same thing. I don't write code. I'm not a technical co-founder. I'm a founder that is more idealistic.
Okay.
And I'm not shortage of ideas.
Okay.
In fact, my ideas have been stolen more than 1 million times, but I still have. If I've not even shared 1% of my ideas, the thing that I know is possible, I've not shared 1% yet.
Okay.
So anytime you speak to another founder and I feel like he has got it all and then trying to play smart scheme, you laugh, right?
Yeah.
So Aya is many things, but in one word, Aya is a bridge that connects the African talents to unlock global opportunities.
Okay.
We don't see ourselves to just be a platform of technology. We see ourselves as a coordinating point between human beings and technology.
Okay.
But for me, maybe because I'm biased, maybe because I don't write code, but I don't think there's any technology in the world that can work without human beings.
Yeah, okay.
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
Every technology, the potential of every technology is the human factor. The moment you think that it's technology first, it fails on arrival.
Humans are the underlying.
Yes. So for me, solving human problem with technology is what create the magic.
Okay.
But not solving technology with human problem.
Okay.
Because once you do that, it's mean that you are only bringing the cart before the horse.
Yes.
You need to understand the human problem before you can use technology to enable it. You don't build technology to solve human problem.
Yes.
You don't solve any problem. So Aya today, we are primarily 99.9% focused on blockchain.
Okay.
But we are not on the blockchain just trading token. We don't trade token. We don't do it will rise tomorrow, it will rise today.
Yeah.
Our focus is how do we enable, how do we create a distribution, how do we activate the human part to enable this technology to solve their problem.
Okay.
So the way we do it through 3 key pillars.
Okay.
So these pillars are very important. That's why I started by saying Aya is a thin line, but it has wings.
Okay.
So these 3 pillars is number 1, true learning pathway. Number 2, true building pathway. Now number 3, then true project venture studio pathway. Confusing, I know.
Interesting.
Yes. So that's why I say we are the dragonfly.
Okay.
We are one thin line.
Yeah.
Everything is connected to all. So
Okay.
you see Aya is a platform that enable African young people between the ages of 16 to 35 to activate their mind of the unlimited opportunity in Web3 beyond trading cryptocurrency. To see, I can become a product manager.
There's more.
I can become product designer.
There's more.
I can become a smart control engineer. I can actually become a founder.
Yes.
I can actually become a community manager.
More.
I can actually run a podcast where I can share the story.
Yeah.
That's Aya.
Okay.
Now that it's not enough to have the skill. We believe skill is great, but skill, we do what we call applied learning.
Yeah.
We have the skill, show it. So we enable you become comfortable by build on ideas.
Okay.
So you have an idea through hackathons, through boot camps, through workshops. You build a team, you build an idea. Then we say, okay, this idea is great. Can we refine you to become like Zuckerberg? Can we refine you to think like Vitalik? Can we refine you to think like Elon Musk? Can we refine you to think like the founders of Paystack, Shola and Ezra?
Yeah.
Can we refine you to think like, for example, Hoptel founder, or Dreamover, or Sarcasm founders?
Okay.
That is the Aya playbook.
Okay.
I will not say it more because I don't want to give so much out, but Aya is one-stop shop for learning pathway through venture studio kind of model. But our venture studio model is not the one that you see in Silicon Valley.
Okay.
We are building from the African context.
Okay.
What is the problem in Africa? In Ghana or in Africa, it's not a problem faced by a San Francisco-based founder. Because they don't know what it means not to wake up with that light.
Yeah.
They don't know what it means not to wake up with that internet. They don't know what it means to wake up and think about how do I send money from Accra to somebody in Togo. They don't have those problems. So copying their template to Africa, that will not work. It will never work. It won't work. So we are building Aya from the African understanding of African context and tuning it to connect to the global marketplace, because we believe we have a community today of the world that is together, it's connected through a single worldwide web, and that web still have some kind of gaps, and that gap is that Africa needs to be treated as Africa. Africa is not the other option where people treat Africa as how they think they know when they have never visited the continent. So Aya is the one-stop trust network. That if you are thinking of any Web3 activation distributed in Africa, you cannot do it without thinking about Aya, because we understand our continent very well, we understand the market very well, we understand the risk, and we know that the only thing that is mixing is kind of connecting these dots and create one line of bridge so that it can enter comfortably, and so we create value together. We are more of allyship. We are building a collective. We are not being a silo. We have a community that is purely organized in a collective form. But that's the only way we can win together.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You mentioned a lot of people when it came to shaping the minds of the youth to think like that. And I guess I'm going to add that also shaping the mind of the youth to think like Eric Annan. He didn't mention himself, so I'm going to do the favor and then mention him. All right, so that's really interesting. I wanted to just chip in, and when you spoke about the Project Venture Studio and the fact that it's not a copy and paste of the Western one, just like a quick one, what is it about your Project Venture Studio that is a bit different from the Western one?
I'll be very snappy on this. The big difference is our understanding of our continent more than any other person. The terrain. We understand Africa. We know Africa. We eat Africa. We sleep Africa. We wake up Africa. So we understand. That is what no other person has than us. So nobody can do it than what we are doing. And on top of that, we are also human-centric. I believe the future of technology is human-centric. The moment you take the human part of it, I think we are. That's why there's so much kind of everybody trying to scheme. No, we are very human-centric, and the difference is that we understand our continent. Nobody understands our continent more than we do, and nobody can profess or put together a solution that will work better than us. Putting that together and saying that, you know what, we are not here as a game theory. We are not. I mean, we are not, and we are not interested in you win, I lose. We are only interested for us to co-create, journey together, because in this our game plan, there's no winner, there's no loser. We all win, we all lose. Right? But in the process of losing, we all learn. We can better. So Aya is one-stop shop where we co-create, we co-build, we co-innovate, and we co-grow together. It's an infinity game plan. We do not have a game theory where
one loses and one loses, or
that is
for one to win, one has to lose.
We don't believe in that.
It's all positive sum games.
We don't do that. I mean that that zero-sum game kind of practices that we know. That has created a lot of toxicity in our world today. I don't subscribe to that kind of mindset. I don't subscribe to that philosophy. I think that it has created a more chaos world we have today, as compared to where we believe that I often say collaboration open up more unlimited access to possibility than competition.
Everything about the world is about collaboration and coordination. Like if you almost everything that humans have done, we've taken inspiration from nature. Nature is all about collaboration and coordination, right? So totally agree with you. A follow-up question is, you mentioned Aya being 99.99999 Web3 or blockchain, and you've spoken a lot about the problems in Africa, and how Aya is positioned to to kind of solve that, right? So I have two questions with regards to this specifically. that I want us to explore. So the first one is so 2021. So let's say Aya has been in existence for, let's say, 3 years now. If you look at the operation date, right? Although it was incorporated in 2020, so either like 3 or 4 years. What would you say? So you've had a lot of experience as a company in the Web3 space, right? What would you say are some of the biggest problems facing the African Web3 ecosystem?
Again, the challenges in Web3 is not different from what I would say a survivor-driven instincts. Most of us operate from a survivor because you know what? I've come to a point where I no longer I'm not worried about this thing again. It doesn't hit me. Because you have to be aware to know these things. You have to be refined to know these things. A lot of folks operate from survivor because the poverty is so deep and daring. And the poverty in Africa is not actually lack. It's not as a result of lack. We lack nothing. We have everything. We have good air. We have greens. We have everything. We have good water. We eat organic food. So we don't lack nothing.
Resource rich.
However, the major challenge I find is that we have intentionally created a poverty structure that benefits just less than 5% of the over 1.4 billion population that we have, right? So everybody wants to play smart. So you get to a conversation and you're already thinking, together we can go so far. Already the person is looking at how much can I steal from his idea so I can quickly outsmart him. That has been a challenge. It's not only in Web3. The bigger challenge is the silo. Because we lost that communal instinct. Africans we were actually practicing communism. We're together. That's why you see, you have this one here, Ubuntu. Ubuntu says that you are because I am. And I am because you are. How on earth did we lose this gold? You cannot be without the other. So where did we pick these silos from? This whole divide and rule from? This whole unnecessary squabble from? It's coming from a place of scarcity in the mind. It's not scarcity as a result of lack physically. The scarcity of the mind. And when you have the scarcity of the mind, it enables you, it quickly trigger that need to survive. So you are easily able to betray your brother. You don't care. It's all about how much can I get. When you find yourself in a global spaces and then sharing a bigger picture about your continent. I mean, telling a bigger story about your continent, elevate everybody. You got your folks who go behind the scene and they are just scheming. So the bigger problem is a silo. Number one, silo. And the silo comes from a point of scarcity in the mind. Instead of us to see abundance in nothing, we see nothing in abundance. It's a very deep word.
That's
here.
Interesting.
Instead of seeing abundance in nothing, we see nothing in abundance. So we rather scheme so we can get $100,000, $20,000, $10,000, $5,000, and then we are happy. When actually there's more than 1 billion that together we can unlock. We don't understand this numbers game. And I'll tell people that have done it and unlocked this value. The Jewish understand this. The Jewish operate with a system that says that for us to spend $100, at least we need to spend $100 within ourselves at least minimum 7 times before it goes outside our community. The moment a black man have $1, the first thing he's thinking is to spend outside his community. Right? So how do we build? How do you gather? So if you need to learn something, there's power in the collective. There's power in working together. There's power for me to go to a table and say, I'm here. Yes, I'm building this thing, but I'm not here because this. I'm here because we have an amazing other people that are doing this thing. But if you want to really, you need to look at it from the broader picture, the collective. Africa has 1.4 billion people. China has 1.4 billion people. China has $19 trillion economy. Africa has less than $4 trillion economy. Why? We have 70% of our population young people. We are going to dominate the world with knowledge, with young people, labor force. We are still operating from survival. So we see abundance from nothing. Yes, we don't have anything in our pocket today. Yes, our economies are not working so well because infrastructure is lacking, which is not fault of yours or mine.
Yeah.
We don't have internet connected easily for everybody. We don't have our roads food. In America, they have food bank. In Ghana, we don't have food bank for those that don't have access to food, right? So the challenges are there. But instead of us to see abundance in nothing, we see nothing in abundance. Because there's abundance in thinking long term by the collective. How can come to a place like this and meet people and get idea from or share knowledge? No, I want to be alone because I can't do it alone. We are smarter with nothing. Instead of being smarter with so much more collective, we are smarter with nothing. Yes. We want to control everything by ourselves instead of controlling little with the bigger power play. So I have a simple theory that I use. I'd rather be part of a $1 billion ecosystem with 0.1% than have 100% of 100.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's my that's what every company I've built. I don't believe in control. Yeah, I believe in value. Okay. Because once there's value, and even it's 0.1, imagine you have 0.1% in Apple today.
Yeah, that's a lot.
0.1% of Apple today.
That's a lot.
You can buy Ghana economy. So that's how I'm thinking. My game plan is a long term. It will happen that I may not have anything at the end of the day, but I'll rather be a king with nothing, but have built a legacy. Yeah. By being a king with everything and die shameless.
That's deep. That is deep. So, wow. There are lots to unpack here, and there are some really hardcore things that you've mentioned. Yeah. And I guess throughout the conversation, if folks are paying attention, a lot of things are connected with, for example, some of the issues that you've mentioned when it comes to the biggest problem that the Web3 ecosystem is facing in Africa. The problem is not siloed. It's connected to, a lot of the problems that the continent is also facing, right? So you've mentioned the infrastructure problem, you've mentioned the survivor problem, you've mentioned the siloed problem, right? You've mentioned the culture in some sense, which is like the mindset problem. So I guess my next question would be that how is what are some practical steps that Aya has taken to solve some of these problems?
Wow, that's a good question. So I'll tell you some of the practical and some personal value beliefs that I have that has enabled me steer Aya with a team of supported team, selfless team. Okay. So when I started, we didn't raise any money. We were bootstrapping for almost 14 months before we got our first 100K. Okay. How did you get our first 100K? It was through a random dude that reached out. Oh, we like what you're doing. I can introduce you to somebody, and they introduced us to a venture, and they give 100K. Okay. This venture prepared us, got us into an 8 weeks program. Okay. And then we did a demo, and the world's largest YC alumni DIO, Orange DIO, funded us with 100K.
Okay. Was this the Techstar?
No, not Techstars. No, I'm coming. Okay. Not Techstars. That's Orange DIO. Okay. In 2022. Orange DIO. Okay. And then this first fund that we received invited me to Barcelona. Okay. And there was another fund from China, from Hong Kong. Okay. Also invested in us. Okay. So these two funds, I'm giving this story so that it will connect to how Aya is doing it. Okay. Our contribution to the entire African Web3 ecosystem.
Okay.
Today, I'll share that story.
Okay.
Because sometimes if you don't tell the story the way it is,
Yes.
it is swept under the carpet,
Yes.
and then
It's lost.
schemers
Yes.
are seen to be the one doing everything. No,
Yeah.
I'm not saying this so the people know, but it's important we set the record straight.
There are people making real impact.
Yes, and quiet.
Yes.
And one of us is us.
And I know.
we have been quiet.
And that's why we are here
Yes.
today.
So-
It's no more, right?
Great. So we got invited to Barcelona through the first fund that gave us 100K.
Okay.
And in Barcelona, thankfully,
Okay.
I met somebody from Coinbase
Okay.
and shared a story that, look, Aya built a gig. So we used to be called Aya Gigs.
Oh,
So we
okay.
built
Yeah.
a gig platform like
Okay.
Fiverr
Okay.
or in Web3, Brain Trust,
Okay.
that enable people to get a remote job.
Okay.
We started getting more inbound,
Okay.
but we couldn't get the quality of talent. The talent quality was low.
There was an issue with
The feedback was that this guy don't know how to speak.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't know how to communicate. They don't. I mean, yeah, they are good. Their code is okay, but that became a major problem. So we had two decisions to make: close Aya or pivot. This is one part that people don't know. Aya gigs started getting more requests, but we couldn't get the demand, the supply.
Yeah, there was an issue
The
with
demand was
the
coming.
supply of talent.
The supply, the quality of supply of talent.
Yes.
The very good talent are either building their own startup
Okay.
or they are already working with Amazon,
Yeah.
Facebook, or Google. They're not interested to work with remote work, maybe $2,000. These guys are getting the very good African talent were already, they are sorted. So the junior and the mid, a junior developer in India can easily get a job with Google than a junior developer in Africa because of certain mind programming that we don't have.
Okay.
So we had two decisions, either to stop or to pivot. If we decide not to solve the problem ourselves, how do we move forward? So we decided to solve it by creating our own talent pipeline, creating our own curriculum,
Yes.
and take these people through the feedback that we have gotten.
Okay.
But now, that's why I said human beings play a key role in technology.
Yeah.
The technology doesn't work.
Yes.
We got some feedback, data point. Oh, we need the people to behave this way. So we got, okay, attitude is not key. Curiosity, creativity. Oh, okay. Then quickly, guess what? I created a template called the PACE.
The pace.
So PACE stands for problem solving. A stands for adaptability. C stands for creativity. And the E stands for empathy.
Wow.
I'll tell you what. Empathy is one biggest lion that we're letting go and going after the chicken.
Empathy.
Empathy is the biggest lion. I use the word lion.
Why do you say that? Yes.
Empathy is such a powerful tool that we can use in every aspect of our lives. Even the way we eat, we need to have empathy. The way we see our environment, we need to have empathy. The way we interact with our friends, empathy. Our family, empathy. Workplace, empathy. Leadership, empathy is number one. Empathy is number two. Empathy is number three. Empathy is everything. In fact, empathy is number one and the last. If you understand what empathy does, it enables you to solve the first problem that I told you I faced.
Okay. Yes.
Empathy will enable you connect selflessly with other people.
Yeah.
So I created this acronym.
Okay.
So PACE is what we built Aya program around.
Okay.
Even though it's technical, but we wanted to solve, because people had a skill, but they didn't know how to solve problems.
Yeah.
People know how to write code, but they just write in code. They're just excited.
Yeah.
There was no design. There was no strategy. There was no tact.
End game.
So they were not adaptable.
Yeah.
What's adaptability? Oh, this is how we do in Ghana. But you should have a mind that say, why not instead of what if?
Yeah.
Not, oh, this is how we do it. No, it should be, okay. Oh, do you see this? Oh, I think we can do it. Oh, yeah, I'll try.
Yeah.
That adaptability was not there. I didn't say it. People get that the feedback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Creativity. What's creativity? Mutala, you decided that we want to do your podcast here.
Yeah.
It's an innovation. It's not something new.
Yeah.
Changing the way to achieve, to get the same result, result or different result.
Better
We're
results.
using different method. It's
Yeah.
innovation.
Sometimes just a little
A little tweak. It's innovation.
Yeah.
Innovation is not a buzzword. It's not an academic word. It's not a technical word. Innovation, even the way you brush your teeth can be can be an innovation.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So so creativity, the empathy was the place.
Okay.
Now I went to Barcelona, and then over a coffee, this gentleman. So one of the first fund introduced me. One of their partners introduced me to this guy.
That's Orange DAO.
No, Flory Ventures.
Flory Ventures. Okay.
So Flory Ventures, one of the Ryan, wherever you are, God bless you, introduced me to Kent.
Okay.
We used to run the Coinbase giving arm.
Okay.
I had a conversation. So we are having a lot of demand, but no supply. The talent are not up to stacks.
Yeah.
So we want to train them. So I share. So yes, go and put the proposal together. I came back and boom, PK. I just told PK. That's how we do.
Yeah.
I'm the big idea guy.
Yeah.
I just dump it on PK. How it will be done, I don't know.
He's the ops guy.
I share the why. I don't do the what. Or what to do.
Yeah.
I don't tell people what to do. How it will be done.
That's where PK comes in.
Then okay. Then we put the proposal together. We sent it back and forth. Boom. Coinbase financed our first training program.
Oh, okay.
With $150K US dollars.
Okay.
The goal was to train 50 people.
Okay. Developers.
Yeah.
Like what kind of
We
people?
sent for us from
train?
day one.
Okay.
I told you there's a strategy behind Aya.
Okay.
I told you there was a why. A why was to find people who are selfless, good, blah, blah, blah. So to do that, we decided to solve the problem in three folds.
Okay.
You don't just need engineers or developers. You need product designers. You need product managers, because product manager need to understand the customer flow, the customer challenges, and be able to, design the right questions and the right feedback to enable the product designer to interpret it through wireframes before coding is done.
Yeah.
But most things that we see here is that a lot of people just write the code without understanding the human problem.
It's true.
Aya said we are solving human problem. We are not solving technological problem, because the technology is not a problem.
Yeah.
The problem that we need to solve is a human problem.
Okay.
So you cannot just train the software engineers.
Okay.
You need to train people that will enable the software engineer to solve the human problem. So we train track. We're the first in Africa to think this.
In this direction.
It's our template, it's our plan. I know people have copied it now. You are free to copy it, but you cannot do the way Aya does it. But we do it with empathy. We do it with humanity. We do it the long-term thinking of collective. So you can copy your idea, we don't mind. You can copy it, but we know that you cannot implement it the way Aya will implement it.
Yeah.
So those of you who are picking on us, taking our ideas, that's fine.
Okay.
So we did the training. So the goal with Coinbase giving was to train 50 people.
Okay.
When we put out the application, no advert, no marketing, just application. We had, do you know how many applications we got? We got almost 4,000 applications from 33 countries. That was in 2022, August. We graduated 66 people.
Okay.
One of them from Nigeria was a teacher,
Wow.
Nofisat. Today, Nofisat has won more than 10 global hackathons.
What?
Nofisat, today as I speak, is building a project called Student Fund, because she struggled as a student.
Yeah.
So she's built a tool, a solution that will enable students across Africa access funding through blockchain. So if Aya didn't happen, we will not find Nofisat, we will not find Elom, we will not find Charity. So we did a second cohort, we stretched the budget, and we were able to do another cohort. So the first cohort was called Aya Fellowship. Now we rebranded to call Ayaversity.
Oh.
So Aya Fellowship to Ayaversity.
Evolve into
Ayaversity. So now Ayaversity is now evolved to now Ayaversity Founders Program, where we are now going to, our KPI, our major goal is to now send this skilled talent to become founders and help them build and innovate projects and scale projects across the world. Because for us, in the next 10 years, we want to unlock the African crypto economy. Because we have 1.4 billion people, 70% under the age of 40. This is the market that protocols have to concentrate.
What do you mean by unlock the African?
Because the African crypto economy has not been unlocked. It's still locked. Well, what we are doing is just the surface, the peripheral. That's why everybody's concentrating on P2P. Because the biggest problem in Africa is payment. So it seems like crypto has found its major use case in Africa. No, we still have not solved other problems like identity, property ownership, traveling, insurance, all those things. There are a lot we can do with crypto and blockchain. So protocols, you think, that's not, payments. Payments is big, but the real crypto use cases is in Africa. Blockchain crypto is not a nice to have as it is in the US or in Canada or in China or in Europe. Crypto is not a nice to have, it's a need in Africa. Blockchain is a need in Africa. So stop treating Africa as an option. Africa is not an option. Africa is the option. If you build any protocol and Africa, you feel like Africa, you don't actually care about them. Well, I don't know what kind of... that's why I said people are only building technological tools to satisfy their ego. They are not building these technological tools to solve real human problem. If you are building any crypto project and Africa is like, are you sure? Can we trust them? Well, you don't need to trust us. After all, you say the blockchain is trustless.
Yeah. And
you are still treating Africa, and then, for example, you're organizing a hackathon, and then these guys will give you $200. And they will go to, Denver, they'll go to ECC, they'll go to all these places, and they are putting $1 million, $2 million, $100,000 price point. And then you see your folks happy because they're scheming. No, we want to talk to protocols, partners who are willing to co-create with us. We are willing to talk to protocols and blockchain companies and foundations who are willing to journey and co-create with us. We are sick and tired of trying to please or beg, try to prove ourselves. I've got to a point where we don't need to prove ourselves anymore. We don't need to prove ourselves. This is where the problem is. This is where this technology is solving real human problem. So why do I have to prove myself to you? Why do I have to prove myself to you? So we are not building because we want to make impact. Yeah. We are building because we want to unlock economic value. Okay. There's money to be made because after all, capitalism is all about incentive. And we say, blockchain is not capitalism. It's a lie. We all know it's capitalism in a different form. So let's together create and unlock this value so that you still can finance your lifestyle. Yeah. That's fine. It's your privilege. I'm not jealous of your privilege. It's not your fault to be privileged. It's not your fault to be born in America. It's not your fault to be born in China. It's not your fault to be born in Hong Kong or Singapore or Europe. Yeah. It's not my fault to be born in Ghana. Yeah. I didn't call for that, right? Yeah. But there's everything wrong to have this undefined stereotype. Yeah. I think we need to call bullshit. This nonsense has to stop. Excuse me. We need to be playing with these things. Yes. These guys are playing. Trying to make it and because we feel we need to please people. Yeah. And they need to survive. That's why we are playing against each other. So divide and rule in Africa. Most of guys in the blockchain space in Africa, they are hungry. Yes, I'm also hungry because my bank account doesn't have $1 billion yet. But I'm not going to trade what I stand for because you're going to give me $100,000. You're giving me $100,000. I don't need $100,000 for you to, kind of feel like you are. Is it favoring me or you are doing me a favor? No, I don't need pity. I don't need pity.
There's a real problem.
What Aya has built. In fact, we had a conversation with a potential partner in Denver. Okay. What everything Aya has built in the last 3 years with less than $700,000 in total funding. Yeah. Those guys raised $7 million. For 4 years, they couldn't build quarter. By the time they saw our tools, guess what? We have built AyaLab. Do you know what AyaLab is? AyaLab is the first builder platform in Africa to showcase African builders and their projects. These guys raised over $7 million. They couldn't build. The guys were like, oh goodness, we need to work with you. I didn't have to prove myself. So in Africa, we innovate, we build because it's a necessity. Yes. We solve problems. So in running off, what I have done to solve this problem, every opportunity I've had to go for global events, I will share the story. So the other person who invested in us also connected with somebody from China. This person will now invite me to Zuzalu last year. Okay. And Zuzalu, folks that don't know about Zuzalu was a pop-up city put together by Vitalik the co-founder of Ethereum, and invited few people around the world, and it was 2 months event. In this event, I had the opportunity to speak, and I spoke for Africa. I made a case for African builders, and that enabled me to get a friend who worked today with Optimism, who's an amazing friend, and I invited her that if I want to explain Africa to you, you will not understand. Would you mind if you come? Because we had partnered with our friend in Nigeria called Web3 Bridge for their second event called Web3 Lagos. And last year was the biggest because we brought our credibility, we brought our network, we brought all our soul, our heart to making sure the collective. Remember, the playbook is collective. So we made Web3 Bridge go global. We got Vitalik speak during Web3 Bridge event. During Ayaton, because we were the hackathon partner to Web3 Lagos. We did a hackathon, and it was one of the biggest successful African Web3 focused hackathon in Africa for the first time. Vitalik addressed these builders. We had Kevin Owanki speak virtually for the first time. So there's power when you think about it from the point of collective. And then this amazing friend called Marine from Optimism came. She came to Web3 Lagos. She came to Eat Accra. She went to Eat Safari. And guess what? After traveling to 3 African countries, she made her own report, her own observation. You know what he did? For the first time, Optimism Retro PGF, 3rd round, more than 6 African projects got funding. You know how it happened? Because there was one Eric who was selfless. No self-interest attached. Just talking and sharing the African perspective and the narrative in a way and manner that was about how to unlock the African continent. How many of my folks would get to that opportunity and talk about Aya? I'll tell you, none. But anytime we have opportunity, because we have so much love in our heart, that the pain, the betrayal that people give us don't affect us. That opportunity in Zalu unlock a friendship and relationship. That woman, that amazing lady, is not a friend. She is an ally. She believed in a journey. She believed in long-term relationship. She said, Eric, I'll come. And we took the care of the cost. Because we're investing in the long term for the continent to unlock. And that opened up the continent. 6 startups or communities in Africa, more than 6, got retributed. Some of them got $100,000, $50,000, $80,000, $300,000 in grants, because an Aya founder, somebody beyond Aya, Eric, who believed in the long term, did that. What else? Bro, I went to Istanbul for ZooConnect and DevConnect. Then I met I gave a talk in ZooConnect, and my talk triggered 2 amazing guys from China who organized something called Mu. It's a builder kind of activity that they do. They have done 2 so far, one in Chiang Mai in Thailand, one in Buenos Aires. I'll tell you for a fact, the one they are going to we are going to organize starting from Sunday is going to be the most successful and the most well organized, because in Africa we don't do it because of transaction. No. We don't do it because of incentive. We do it because we love to make it happen. We are community. And they said, Eric, we like your story. Let's have a meeting. I had a meeting. They said, I want to come to Africa. And guess what? I said, okay, cool. I can help you. Where do you want to come? Oh, we know Nigeria. I said, yeah, Nigeria's amazing. Oh, where? You can go to Kenya. Back and forth. They met another African who made a strong case for Nigeria. Eventually, they concluded. They reached out to me again. Said, Eric, we are coming to Ghana. Let's do it in Ghana. So Mu Accra is another way Aya is solving the Web3 problem of the collective by unlocking value. So Aya co-created, co-implemented, and co-build the brand Mu Accra and bringing over 100 developers across Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, Ghana, to come and stay here in Ghana for 2 weeks to build, to co-create, co-live, and to kind of share ideas together. And we are doing it together with the Mu team, who have done Mu Chiang Mai, Mu Buenos Aires, and then Mu Accra. The goal is not just Accra. The goal is to use Accra as a starting point and spread Mu across Africa. And that was made possible by me myself. I met them, And we have what is called the magnetic field. We bring people together to unlock value. Today, Mo is successful, and already the FOMO is there. A lot of projects are now reaching out. Can we be part of it? Can we be part of it? We all made possible because we always think about the long term. Because we cannot build alone. It takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
If you go to the forest, you see the trees standing separately. But if you are far, it's together. We can all do things differently. But we need to understand that we are all connected. The dragonfly. It's one thin line, everything is connected to it. So Aya mission is a one thin line, but our belief, our conviction is that Aya cannot do it alone. We need to create partnership, we need to collaborate, we need to coordinate, and we need to create allyship. Because the protocols have the resources, but they don't have a use case. We have the use cases, we don't have the resources. So we need to have a balance where resources are located in a way, manner that inspire, that motivate, incentivize people to actually put their heart and their mind selfless together to unlock value. If you want to have 1 billion users, as people, other foundations have, we want to have 1 billion users, we want to have this. How do you get it? When you don't actually care about the continent that about Africa. Africa is where you're going to have 1 billion users, and yet your investment is $200. Your investment is $100 in hackathons, $500, $1,000.
That's crazy.
And you're putting $50,000 at East Denver for boots. Hackathon, $2 million for hackathons in East Denver. East Global will do. I'm mentioning all these guys because this is public.
Yeah, and this is practical.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you cannot tell me. The lip service is too much. Let's sieve and filter the noise, and then get to action. Let's
talk about real
Let's
impact.
walk the talk.
Yes, and real impact.
Everything impact.
Yeah, not money impact.
Beyond the impact, honestly, I don't even want to talk about impact. The whole impact thing is another charade. There's money to be made. The point is that there's money to be made. Let's make the money together. Let's co-create together. All this impact thing is all, excuse me, it's BS. They don't mean it. So let's make money with crypto, because nobody will build L2. Nobody will build any protocol if there's no money to be made. We all know it's casino.
Driven by
we all know it's casino. Casino.
Profit.
There's largely behind the scene. Casino. Play. So we all know this is going on. We all know. People think that we don't know. We know what you guys are doing in other places. The real use cases is Africa. It's just a matter of time. The cap will be full. We all know all the simulation you do, all the data mining you do, all the simulation, all the creative accounting you are doing. Oh, we have 100 million users. Oh,
bots, a lot of bots.
Exactly. So,
yeah. Okay. So that was talk your shit, right?
Oh yeah.
Talk your shit.
We are IAP. We have green pill. Kevin, I greet you. We are serving it hot.
No, talk your shit, bro. Okay, so wow. So Ayaversity, AyaLabs. When I check your website and I was looking at some of the things that there is this thing called Velocity 8. What is that?
In short, so Velocity is our dev shop.
Okay.
We build. So we have a talent collective.
Okay.
So we get founders who say, "Oh, we want to build a project, want to build, but we cannot manage the engineering." Say, "Don't worry. We have a talent collective.
Okay.
You don't trust them.
Okay.
You can trust Aya. Aya is your kind of your insurance.
Yeah.
So Aya cover for you.
Okay.
We'll manage everything. So that's Velocity.
Okay.
So we take an idea from zero to finish.
Okay. Awesome. And then briefly, something that in a way has kind of like shaken the Web3 infrastructure base in Africa, right? And it's based in Ghana currently, is the Aya Hacker House. Could you give us an overview of what the Aya Hacker House is?
Thank you. So I'll be brief. When we started Aya, I am remote work maximalist.
Okay.
Everything I do is about how do we optimize, how do we maximize resources.
Okay.
So having a physical space was out of the question.
Okay.
We have done everything we have done. We've exposed over 10,000 young people across 34 countries in Africa to blockchain.
Okay.
Everything virtual.
Okay.
But guess what? The whole theory changed when I went to Zalo. You see, there's exposure There's a way when you connect to the bigger global community, you see things from different from what you know. And I've developed a system that enables me to always fact check my own facts.
Okay.
So I have to kind of undo that stand.
Okay.
Last year.
Okay.
I was in Zuzalo. In less than 2 months, more than 50 projects were built from hackathons. How did it happen? Because they were connected, they were together, in person.
Okay.
And I'm running around Africa, I hardly see in-person spaces. Those that are available are very expensive. It's out of reach for a lot of young folks. These guys are students, they don't even have the money, let alone to pay 120, 500 Ghana cedi to. So the Aya Hub became something like, we don't have the resources, but whatever it takes, if we need to get water out of stone, we are going to get the physical space. So it was inspiration from what I saw happen. Yeah. Not that someone is telling me, I read in a book.
Inspiration from
experience. Saw it.
Inspiration from experience.
That today there are tools that we are used to today that were all born from Zuzalo. Yeah. One of them is Zupass. Zupass was just a prototype, but that was built in Zuzalo as a hackathon.
Rapid prototype.
Dymo was another project that was built in Zuzalo as a hackathon. Okay. Today, Dymo has backing from the largest you can mention. And I know the founders. How did we? They did it because they were together. So there's a magic that can be unlocked, that can be created when people come together. Okay. So Aya Hub, why Ghana? Why Ghana? Because we believe that we need to go beyond the same community. Everybody wants to do Web3 activity. Web3 activity. We are going to the people that we know. Okay. The same people, rinse is the same people in the same circle. Yeah. I don't think you can grow.
Rinse, repeat.
So we decided to take the biggest risk by stepping into a market that nobody believes in it. By stepping into a market that nobody thinks there's value there. Okay. And we are in Ghana, not because I'm a Ghanaian. We are in Ghana. I'm the only Ghanaian. My co-founder is a Nigerian. My CTO is a Nigerian. But we had a conversation. It was back and reasonable ideas. And we made a case that, you know what? Damn it.
Let's do it in Ghana.
Everybody says there's nothing in Ghana. Everybody says we are going to the biggest place, which is okay, because the drive in Nigeria is crazy. Yeah. People are hungry. People are dogged. People are resilient. Nigerians, every Nigerian is a hustler. Every Nigerian is an entrepreneur. That attitude is not in Ghana. But can we all create our own blue ocean? That's why we are in Ghana. We want to challenge status quo. We want to challenge mindset. We want to challenge narrative. And in the next 18 months, we are going to build the largest pure humans activity in Ghana. We are going to connect all the young people on-chain.
Or bringing them on-chain.
So we are ready. Are you ready? Let's get on. Because it's an opportunity for us to transfer knowledge. Okay. So Aya Hub, AyaLab, Aya Hacker House is here in Accra. And we are not in Osu for a reason. Okay. We are not in Cantonment for a reason. Yeah. We are not in East Lagos for a reason. Beyond the cost, which we don't have the resources, we wanted to be in a place where people can identify with us. Everybody come to Ghana, they are going to Osu. Yeah. It's in Accra, they are in Cantonment. Yeah. We are in Abokobi. Yeah. And you know why we are in Abokobi? Abokobi was where the Bible was converted or translated to the language in Ghana.
Oh, that's interesting.
So Abokobi has a history. So when we invite you from America, Hong Kong, China to Accra, we'll bring you to Abokobi so you can come and see the German evangelist who converted the Bible, which is our biggest tool or book in Africa, most part of Africa. You get to see his status here in our space. It's in front of this space. Okay. So Aya Hacker House, Aya Hub, Aya HQ space is purely called no bullshit zone. Okay. You get here, your brain should trick you to know that you are here to build. Okay. We are not here to train people. Okay. We are here to convert young talent to become innovators, builders, creators. And we are going to shape more young people to become founders, to become startup owners. They'll build companies. In the next 10 years, at least, we'll have at least one unicorn from Aya Venture Studio through Aya Hacker House. That's the goal. Yeah. And the bigger plan is to set up Aya hubs across Africa. So if you're protocol, you are bullish enough, you are bold enough, you are hungry enough, and you know you have a technology that really wants to solve a problem, come talk to us.
That's Eric talking. Come talk to Aya. Come talk to Eric. That's awesome. So the Aya Hub, or as I like to call it the Aya Hacker House, is a physical infrastructure that is geared towards nourishing or nurturing builders, convert their ideas into products, convert or solve real problems, right? Leveraging Web3 technologies. And one thing you also said that I like so much is the fact that it's a monument to basically bringing people on chain. Yeah. And talking of bringing people on chain, word on the street is that you signed an MOU yesterday with one of the big universities in Ghana, and we know that when it comes to Africa, all the talent is based in the universities, right? Like it's a very, very young population with a lot of these talents based in the universities, and so it's like the source. Universities are the source. Can you tell us about this MOU and which university and what's the purpose?
Wow, thank you. It was an exciting day for us at Aya yesterday. Okay. I will not give the details because now we've learned to really build. Yeah, we are building public, but some things we keep tight.
Natural, yeah.
And so this it's not a partnership, just a partnership. Okay. This university is Ghana Communication Technology University called GCTU. Okay. Which was given a mandate by the Ghanaian legislative arm, Parliament in 2020, to become the leading frontier, the hub or the space where they train the next gen of innovators. Okay. So that university has a mandate, and they want to be according to the VC yesterday. If I can pick his words, they said we want to build a Silicon Valley for Africa. Okay. Build it from Ghana and make it a West African hub, but the goal to make it a Silicon Valley in Africa. And they couldn't have found a better partner than Aya. Okay. We are very ruthless. We are hungry. Okay. We are willing, and our energy is endless. Okay. I want to collaborate with them to bring this vision to life. Okay. And it aligns with our value system because for us, how do you convey young people to become thinkers and builders? And that is the partnership and the journey we are having with that university. We are co-creating together, and we will build together. And the fund detail I cannot give out, but it's a long journey. Okay. It's a long-term journey, and we are grateful that the team, the management, the executive, and the entire faculty and entire school saw a reason to journey with us, and we're looking forward to unlocking value, and we're looking forward to working with them, and we're looking forward to helping them actualize their mission mandated them by law in the country. And so that was the kind of opportunity that was unlocked yesterday, and thankfully made possible by the team behind this. I'm not building Aya alone. I'm one of them. I am just proud to have some much smarter people working on this mission, because we have solved the problem of finding people that want to journey selflessly. And in the coming days, you see the implementation. I think the result will speak for itself, and I think the result will give meaning to what kind of MOU is signed with GCTU. And it's not the only thing. We are in the next 3 months. We are going to have more to come. We are building a strong army from Ghana. I said Ghana is a place where Web3 speak. Nobody talk about Ghana. And Aya is the first to unlock the value in Ghana. So come on, we are ready. I mean, the market is open now. Aya has shown you that it's possible. And we are not afraid to fail. We are not afraid to test. We are not afraid to try. We are not afraid to get a no from any partner. We are doing anyway. Whether you support us, you don't support us, we are doing it anyway. Your support or your help or your support or your partnership perhaps will catapult the scale of our growth
Yeah.
It will not stop us. We are going to grow anyway.
Yeah.
It may take us a longer time, but we are going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
But if you come on board and journey with us,
Yeah.
together we can go faster.
Okay.
That's for us. That's what we have made peace with.
Yeah.
So what's the worst that can happen? Well, what's the best that can happen?
That can happen.
So the best that can happen is that we do it together
Okay.
and we grow together.
Okay.
Whether you are coming on board to support us, whether you want to journey with us, we really don't really give so much fuck about it because we believe
there's a roadmap.
is that we are going to do it anyway.
Yeah,
We've been doing it anyway.
Yeah.
And we'll be strapping. It's not easy. We know. We admit it. It's challenging.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up, you think, oh, my runway is going.
Yeah.
But we have a
It
team.
has to be done.
It has to be done anyway. But when you join us, perhaps it will we can move faster and quicker.
Fast track
and
the whole
maybe
process.
our timeline can kind of
can be shortened.
consolidated.
Yeah.
Because we have a goal. We have a strategical goal.
Okay.
We are exiting in.
Okay,
Aya is going to be the first Web3 startup community that's going to exit.
Okay.
We have an exit plan,
Okay.
and we are exiting, and that strategy
Okay.
is simple.
Okay.
We are solving the human problem.
Okay.
We are not solving a technological problem.
Okay.
Because technology is not a problem.
Okay.
We are solving the human problem.
Mhm.
So if you're interested to solve human problem, I think you need to come talk to us. I believe you need to talk to us. We are the right partner. We have built one platform that enable human interaction to be meaningful.
Awesome. Quick one. Like you said, in the upcoming months, there are going to be a lot of things, initiatives, projects, things that Aya is going to be doing that would speak to the content of the MOU that you signed. But outside the MOU, what are some interesting upcoming things that we should know about? Aya?
Yeah. So we are launching the Aya Founder Program in July.
Okay.
We did a pilot last year, September.
Okay.
And we did a pilot with 7 young startup founders,
Okay.
early stage founders.
Okay.
One of them today has got into a global accelerator.
Okay.
So there's this L2 called Morph,
Yeah.
and Morph have an accelerator.
Okay.
There were over 200 projects. One of our venture-backed, startup, which we incubated from our venture program, got into it. Only African project that got into that program.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So it shows you that there's possibilities.
Yes.
You just have to try.
Okay.
You have to show. So based on the learning, and one of the things we do in the Aya, we learn fast, we try fast, and we fail and we move forward.
Okay.
We have failed several times,
Okay.
but we don't fail backward.
Yeah.
We fail forward. So we have tested a lot of things, and then we are now beginning to see things that are connecting and working. And so Aya Venture Studio for us is in the next 3 years, how do we enable more people, more young people to think building instead of just thinking and be an employee?
Okay.
Nobody does it better than us.
Okay.
So one of the pilot projects has gone to a global accelerator, which by the grace of God, all things being equal, if they go through the successful, they are going to raise their first 100K
Okay.
from the program,
Okay.
and they will build. Already they have over 48,000 users.
Nice.
People that are testing their product.
Okay.
No marketing. That shows you how Africa is different.
Yeah.
How builders here do it differently.
Yeah.
They don't need financial motivation to do it. But when the financial incentive comes,
It's added.
it's an added. It kind of scale up early. So I have founder programs. V2 is coming up in July. Watch out for the wait list. The wait list is on our channel. You can check it on our website. If you're a founder anywhere in Africa, you're a builder. You want to be part of a community that think like you.
Okay.
You want to be part of a community that is think collective. You want to be part of the Aya family that is building the future where no one wins, no one loses. For us to win, but we all move together, we all grow together, we all support each other, we all journey together, and we all make sure that we are there for each other. We got each other's back. Aya is what you want to be part of.
Okay.
And our venture studio is something that is unique and different from every venture studio you have seen, because we are solving the human problem. We are not solving the technical problem, because technology is not a problem. The major problem we want to solve is a human problem, which will unlock billions of dollars in our pockets when we do it right together.
Awesome. Any other thing the world should know? Upcoming stuff?
Well, any other thing you need to know is that Aya is evolving every day. We are going faster.
Okay.
We are launching AyaLabs version 2.
Good.
Very soon.
Okay.
Watch out for AyaLab.
Okay.
And quickly, AyaLab is the first builder-focused tool built to focus on African builders. There are several tools out there.
Okay.
None of them speak for African builders.
So what as a tool, what does it do?
So AyaLab is a developer platform.
Okay.
It's an end-to-end hackathon project ideation platform. So you organize hackathon anywhere in the world, you can use AyaLab.
Okay.
You organize hackathon in your university or in your secondary school, in your company, anywhere you can use AyaLab.
Okay.
So AyaLab provide you an end-to-end hackathon experience.
Okay.
And built for African builders, to the global world.
Okay.
It's the first to be built by Aya. It's first, and so far we've organized more than 50 hackathons in our pilot.
Okay.
We have over 1,000 builders sign up on AyaLabs, and so watch out for version 2. We are taking Web3, real Web3 on-chain from Africa. We are taking builders to on-chain, where you can easily track and identify I don't need to know this guy. I can work with him.
Okay.
I don't need to meet the guy in person. I've seen his work.
Okay.
Nobody is thinking about it for African builders.
Yeah.
And we are left behind. I want to show this power we have in Africa by building this tool to communicate, to speak, and to identify, and to kind of project the good things that young people are doing here. I'll tell you a story.
Okay.
There's a project that was built on AyaLab. That project, as I speak, is evolving.
Okay.
Watch out for that project.
Okay, excited for it. This has been an episode filled with a lot of alphas and a lot of very interesting upcoming stuff. You should definitely keep an eye on Aya 360, and I'm really excited about all of the things that are coming up. So to kind of round up the conversation, this question is kind of like in two folds, which again is still connected to the conversation we are having about the future, right? So Eric, what are some exciting trends in the general Web3 space that you think people should pay attention to?
Number one, I think everything boils down to builders.
Okay.
So when I talk about builders, it's not just about those who write code. I think one of the exciting things I'm excited about the current trend is that the technology itself is unstable.
Okay.
And I'm going to explain. It's unstable because you don't finish learning one and a new one comes.
Okay.
It's the only technology that keep on evolving so fast that it doesn't end a phase.
Okay.
So today you have, for example, you have DeFi. Tomorrow, DeFi has evolved.
Yes.
Tomorrow you have
DeFi
NFT.
2.0.
NFT has evolved. You have, for example, you have protocol like Ethereum. Today, Ethereum has evolved.
The network itself.
Network has evolved.
Yeah.
Today, major topical thing,
Yes.
I think the Ethereum itself is thinking about is consensus, decentralizing the consensus layer, which is staking.
Okay.
But you realize that a lot of us are not talking about staking in Africa because the investment, the capital requirement to go into staking is so much. I mean, the barrier to entry is just too much. Beyond the 32 ETH you need, the capital investment in the equipment is also a blocker. Beyond that, for internet stability is also another challenge. So another area that for me I think is super interested that can provide incentive, quick win for young folks is staking. But the question is, who give a fuck about African builders? Who care about you? Nobody. So how do we enable more young people we take part in this evolving? Because stake is a major today. We have Ether today. They've raised millions of dollars. You have the bigger one, which the name Eigenlayer. So it's a major thing because they want to decentralize. Decentralizing is actually the staking, the running node across the world, because so that there's no one point of failure or one point of entry, so that everybody can have access to the network, right? Okay. We want to be able to kind of provide an incentive structure, and a program that enable people to begin to talk about, by our staking. Okay. The conversation is just around P2P payment is good because it's a major problem. I admit it. identify with it, but beyond that, there's more we can do.
Okay.
And one other area that I found very interesting is the fact that now most of Web3 folks, the OGs, are beginning to see that the technology itself is not enough. So I've seen a lot of innovation around bringing it to real life. So there are a lot of human activity. So that's why you have seen a lot of pop-up cities now. So Mu, for example, Mu Accra is another pop-up city. It's the first of its kind, and I think it's a way to kind of bring the technology in front of many more people, bringing more people outside our own comfort zone. Because every Web3 person talks to another Web3 person. How do we grow it? You can only grow it when you are talking to non-Web3 person. My job, and every time I talk to more people who don't do Web3 than people who do Web3. Because if you don't do that, how can we get 1 billion users when we are only talking to Mutala every day? When I'm only talking to, for example, I'm talking to the co-founder of Ethereum, or talking to the founder of Consensus, or talking to the founder of Base. No, we are not growing. The only way we can grow is to bring new people who don't know and exposing them that you can actually, do you know there's taking, there's this. So that's why I said AyaLabs is taking on-chain to another level by consolidating and bringing builders to see the possibility beyond beyond P2P, beyond airdrop. Beyond airdrop, there's more.
Definitely agree with you. Like there's so much. So pay attention to builders. Pay attention to how networks are decentralizing, which is linked to the staking thing and basically running nodes. Pay attention to how finally a lot of the ecosystem are getting out of their eggshells and trying deliberately to connect with real life people and people who are not even like beyond people beyond the Web3 space, right? So these are the 3 things that I have captured.
Yes.
Is that all?
And I think that's what's going to define the mass adoption.
Okay.
If you don't solve the human problem and all these things, it's not just the technology. If capital, for example, the capital requirement to do staking is high, how do we solve that? Incentivize the humans beyond those that we know, beyond our friends, such that we can actually achieve the bigger goal of decentralizing the network. How do we, for example, solve the issue of capital allocation, such that it's not distributed among our friends, and ensuring that people that are really doing real good stuff are incentivized. Because, for example, I have invested in this hacker house or hub. It's a normal thing. There are several hacker houses, pop-up cities, spread across. To me, it's like people are just financing their lifestyle. And we don't actually care about you guys. You can cry, you don't care. We own it. We have the resources. We have the tokens. We own the tokens. The governance, we are in charge. So we decide who to fund. Well, I think, it can go to a certain level, but it got to a point that everybody will get tired. So if you really mean so well about Web3, I think we need to begin to walk the talk and really put in commitment that showcase the tenants, the foundation. The reason why I am so passionate, I'm so excited about Web3 and blockchain crypto is the fact that the original concept was not about human interfaces. It was going to be a peerless, permissionless, and without human being. But now it looks like our greed, our selfishness, our unconscious biases has taken over from the code. So the first principles of decentralized network, blockchain, actually is lost now because the dark side, which is overriding the good side. There are some good people in the ecosystem. I will not say they are not good people. They are amazing human beings who really want to solve the unconscious biases. But I'll tell you, there are very dark people whose interest is just to amass, to consolidate, to gather, so they can continue to finance their lifestyle. And I think it's not in anybody's interest. We are still solving no problem. It's capitalism in a different world now. I don't believe is healthy enough for all of us. It's not healthy for you, the owner, because we know that people own this protocol. Beyond, apart from Bitcoin, the rest, everybody, we know those who owns them. You can tell it's a foundation. Oh, we don't play. It's all garbage, right? Sorry. Because we know the fees, everything.
Yes,
we know the source that it goes.
yes.
We can track these things.
Yes.
So who determines who gets what?
Yeah.
And so who funds who?
Where is the
who
funds?
control what?
Which multisig is who controls the multisig?
Exactly. So whose interests are we all serving? These questions are things that we need to begin to ask. Because it's not just about the code. It's decentralized. No, don't worry, I don't take decision. It's a lie. Don't tell me this. I used to believe it. Now I don't believe it anymore because I know who owns what. But who control what, I don't know. Who are we working for? I don't know. Whose interests are we all working for? I don't know. Bitcoin, we don't know who owns it.
Yeah.
That's why we have accepted that our fate.
Yeah.
But the rest, we know. We know you.
And ownership is equal to control.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just like that. Okay, so we've had a lot of fire moments in this episode, which I like so much. There's been a lot of ranting and all of that. So I want to end this on a very soft note, or on a lighter note, right? So Eric, I have I think 3 more questions. Then we'll call it an episode. So the first one is, I'm going to get a little bit personal, right? This conversation has given me insight into your life, a lot of the experiences, and basically what has made you the kind of person you are today, and what has led you to develop these principles that guide both the company that you run and your personal interactions with people. And I think that's really, really interesting. So for like a fun fact, right? What are some hobbies that you have that you like to share with the world?
That's a difficult one. My love to clean. It's something that I've done from childhood.
Okay.
So my mother had 8 children.
Okay.
7 guys, 1 girl.
Okay.
So obviously cleaning house chores is a default.
Okay.
So I grew up washing dishes, cooking, cleaning, fetching water. It's my basic hobby.
Okay.
When I think I'm bored, I love to wash, do my own washing.
Wow.
Clean, but now I've become a bit lazier. I'm unable to do as I used, but it's something I don't see a difference between me and a female. I do it
it's just
effortlessly.
Okay.
Washing dishes, cleaning. In fact, my kitchen. If you it can mess everywhere, but if you mess my kitchen, I'll
can be trouble.
Yeah. So the more I eat, I'm washing my dish.
Okay.
I hate. I don't like it to see.
Yeah.
So it's my first hobby. The next one I don't actually know.
Oh, okay.
I write a lot. I get inspired to write.
Okay.
So people ask, why have you not written a book? I don't know why I have not written a book, but there are a lot of things I share. It comes as an inspiration.
Okay.
I write so the last 7 years, what I decided to do was to document few things.
Okay.
But I have used my WhatsApp status
Okay.
to mentor more than 500 young people I've never met.
Oh, so you like mentoring?
Yes, I do it for free.
Okay.
I have mentored more than 500 people from Zimbabwe, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Togo, Ghana, Benin, Nigeria, Cameroon. I don't even know them.
Okay.
Some of them, somehow have my number, so they'll read. Eric, thank you so much. You shared this thing, and I took action.
Okay.
That gave me joy.
Okay.
So one of my hobbies is to see that I'm able to help somebody.
Okay.
That's the only thing that gives me fulfillment.
Oh, that's nice.
So my hobbies are cleaning, washing, and writing, mentoring
Okay.
through my writing.
Okay.
And my writings are not ordinary. My writings are very, very, very. Sometimes I don't even know
Personal,
how this thoughts come together,
Personal.
and I write. So
Okay.
these are things I can say that are my hobbies. Beyond that, I don't know how to sing. I don't know how to dance. I don't know how to dance. I don't know how to sing. If I'm dancing offbeat, I'm offbeat guy. But I love music. But except that I don't know how to dance. I don't know how to sing. I have a very terrible voice.
Just note to the music.
I only love the music. Even if it's playing, I cannot sing along. So that's how terrible I am. Yeah, but I think life is just beautiful. Just enjoy it every day, and that's it. Yeah.
Awesome. I mean, okay, this is tied to the second question, which I think you've answered. I wanted to ask, can you share a fun fact about yourself that not many people know?
Yeah.
But I guess this has.
Yeah, I don't know how to dance. I don't know how to sing. And again, I've never fight like this before.
Or like physical.
Oh, physical, no.
Yeah,
I only fight with words.
Okay.
Because when you say something I don't like, I will just tell you my mind.
Oh, okay.
That one, I'm straight talker. I'm a straight speaker. I don't like scheming. It's not part of me, right? So, and I've realized that it's really not too. People don't take it lightly because people are not programmed to receive things straight, boom, boom, boom. But now I'm beginning to find a way to kind of control it. Because people are complex.
You know, we live in a very connected world.
People are complex.
So the empathy thing is also like considering how other people will feel, if they should take it directly or if you have to sometimes go a little bit to let them get it.
That's why I think this word, schemers almost always seems like they are winning. Because they are light. Schemers are like, and so we have created system that reward blind loyalty because I have to go and lie to this guy about all these things. For me, it's worth time.
Awesome. So, last question is there anything else you would like to share with the world? Is there something that you would have loved for me to ask that I didn't ask? Any other thing?
I was reading a book early this morning, and I found a quote by Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh, Da Vinci himself, the code man.
Yeah, and he says something that I loved. I have bookmarked it. He said, "Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication."
Oh, okay. Simplicity is the ultimate
sophistication.
Okay.
Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication.
Okay.
I want to be remembered to have lived a life that was above nobody, below nobody. I was just me, trying to do my best, try to show up every day until there was nothing to show. One thing that maybe perhaps I think I want to bring to the fore is that passion is not enough, but you need to have a purpose. You need to have a reason why you wake up every day. And for me, what makes me wake up every day and still show up, even though I'm going through personal challenges. For example, Monday, I escaped death. I woke up and my window, and in trance, I woke up, I opened my eye and my phone. Someone was taking my phone. I said, thief. And the person took away with my phone. Now I'm reflecting, this guy could have killed me.
You, Wow.
So it is between death and the phone. My phone is gone. I've lost data. The last almost 4 days now, there are some people that have not reached. I've lost my data. I need to get that phone to be able to unlock my data. So life is short. Live every day like there's no tomorrow. But don't forget to be nice, to be kind, to be human. There's so much transactional. People will come to you because they've seen that they can use you to get something. And then after that, they dump you. That's bullshit. Let's stop that. Let's be human for once. And so for me, it's important. I'm very much deep with relationship. I'm deep with creating bridge because we all want to create walls and close the door. No, you don't need that. You can actually achieve everything you want to achieve by being like a forest. Let's use the forest as a scenario. Everybody is doing their own thing, but we are all connected. So for me, one thing I'm excited about Aya, watch out for Aya 2.0, AyaLabs 2.0. Watch out for Boom Accra. It's the first thing to happen in Africa, a first in real life event, co-created by Aya. And Aya was the source for Moon to come to Africa. And it's going to unlock value for the entire continent and the entire global community. Because when you can get to Africa, your narrative, your perception changes. And you begin to see solutions from a human point of view, not solution from technical point of view.
Okay.
So Africa is open. We are amazing people. We are welcoming people. We have culture. We have Afrobeats. Come enjoy the continent. But don't forget, there's money to be made. So we invite you to join us. Let's journey together. Let's go create. Let's open up access doors. There's limitless opportunities. We believe the collective coordination is one key thing that we all have to selflessly showcase. There's so much struggle. There's so much noise. Let's filter the noise from the good. Let's bring all that matters together. Let's measure what really matters. And let's ensure that Web3 really solve human problem. Aya is your best shot. We have built a trust network that you can trust and can rely on. We are proving it in our individual capacities, in our private capacities, in our silent when nobody was there. We have shown that you can rely on us. And together, we can unlock and commercialize this trust. Africa is resilient, and we are commercializing resilience to the world. Thank you.
You just heard from the man. There's nothing more to add. All I have to say is that, Eric, thank you so much for being on the podcast. This has been inspirational, informational, and very, very awesome, also filled with alpha. If you are listening to this episode, we hope you are very, very inspired, and you've had a bit of understanding of what Aya is all about, the impact that they are making, the products that they are building. And wherever you are, stay safe, and until the next one, peace out.